Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Sitting Cortside. I'm your host, Courtney Alexa. Thank you all so much for joining us. I have a special treat for you guys. We have an incredible and beautiful and talented vocalist right here from Detroit, hailing from by the way of Trinidad. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Her new single, My Way, featuring YFN Lucci, is out right now. The lovely Aaria.
Yes, hi guys. I'm glad to be here.
Yes, thank you so much for joining. You look
Yes,
beautiful as
thank
always.
you.
How are you?
I'm great.
Good.
Yeah.
Good,
Great.
good. So, I believe in letting my guests tell their own story. Give me
Okay.
a little bit of background. I'm familiar.
Yeah,
So tell us a little bit about how Aria came about and who that all entails.
Okay. I got my start singing at a very young age, at like 3, in church. My mom, she's been a minister of music, a songwriter. So I grew up in music. My brother and I were called studio babies, in and out the studio. So I grew up around it. And there was a time, like, at 10, like, I just said, like, I'm not a singer. I don't want to sing. Like, this is not for me, because I felt forced to do it. And then I started, like, at 16, like, really recording professionally. And I would say at 18 I was doing plays a lot, like, throughout my entire life. But at 18 I did, like, a play right before I was deciding, like, what I wanted to do for college. And I'm like, this is what I want to do. Like, I love acting, I love singing, I love performing, being on stage. And so I decided to, move to New York and pursue musical theater. And, and that really just, that's how, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you were in New York, were you traveling, or were you doing Broadway there too, or just studying?
So I was studying for 2 years, and then as soon as I graduated, I booked my first show in Hong Kong with Disney as Princess Tiana. So it was just like that, and it's crazy. That was my first audition after I didn't even graduate yet. It was my last semester, and so they let you start, auditioning and stuff. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go just get my feet wet with this audition, and then
got the part. Tell us about that experience with Disney.
Man, honestly, so I stayed out there for 6 months, and it was definitely life-changing because just the experiencing that different culture, and they don't see too many black people out there.
Hello, that's a brand new world.
So everybody's like, oh, you're Beyonce's cousin, like they just think all of that. But it was awesome. I met some, outside of performing, I met some awesome friends that I'm still connected to. My best friend, I met her out there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Was she performing with you?
Yeah, so we were track mates. So there was 3 Tianas, because I can't do every single,
every show.
Right. So, because I had 2 days off. So when I wasn't performing, they were performing vice versa.
Okay.
So, but yeah, just that entire experience, like, I will remember forever.
That's incredible. Off the dribble, just making your first show.
Like, and the money was good, so I'm like, yeah.
It was that kind of a defining moment for you, like, this is what I want to do, this is what I was set out to do.
Yeah, it things like that, when you book jobs and when you have small or large successes, it's always a confirmation. It's like, especially in the beginning, it's like, okay, I can do this. I'm good at this. Yeah.
So where do you draw your music inspiration from? I know you mentioned your mother being a studio baby, but is there anyone that you listen to, like?
Oh, yeah. Definitely, I love Whitney. I love Aaliyah. I love Mariah Carey. Brandy. I love Brandy, her vocals.
Yes, that tone.
I'm trying to think who else. And I listen to a lot of 90s R&B.
Is that what inspires your music today?
Yeah, for sure. And, also just experiences I've had, and, just things that people have told me. Friends, I'd be like, oh, that's a song.
That's a song.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I was doing a little bit of research on you, I saw that you would kind of describe your sound as pop and B.
Yes.
Yeah. So give us, obviously that's just the merge of pop and R&B, but give us your definition and your sound of what and how you put it out there.
So describe pop and B.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Self-explanatory, basically.
Pop and R&B, and it's really.
How do you translate that? Is a better question. Like, how do you translate that?
That sound. Man, I've never had this question. I would say, really, it's just how I'm feeling at the moment. That's what comes out, and I pick I do have, most of my songs have like some guitar, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's R&B, they're like Thug Love has, it's an R&B track, but it has guitar as well. So I, musically.
Incorporated musically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's not like a
Yeah.
conscious decision. It's more just who you are and how you, got it. So that's how we got Poppin' B.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so you're part of an independent label.
Yes.
Not a lot of people can say that. Not a lot of people have that opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about your team and how important they are to you.
Yes. Honestly, well, a little backstory, like how I connected with my team and how Thug Love came about. So it was through a mutual songwriter, and she kind of just, connected the dots because they were looking for a female artist.
Okay.
And they were like, okay, you need to be on the plane in 2 days. They booked my ticket. And literally, and I shot My Way and Thug Love. I shot those videos and recorded them within a week. So yeah,
Okay.
so it was crazy.
The ball was
just
rolling.
Okay.
And
so and since then, like, I've been locked in with that team. Obviously my mom's on the team, and the independent label is called No Rules. So yeah, we've been rolling since then. Yeah.
Yeah, you've been rolling all right.
Girl.
Let's talk Thug Love. Let's talk Thug Love was
Yes.
your first single, right?
Yes, my
to
first
come out,
baby.
and you had Dream Doll on a remix. Just
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Talk about your first single. How did you think it performed, and how excited you were during that?
Well, it definitely, I was surprised. I wouldn't say surprised, but I would just say, it was just great to see how well it was received.
Yeah.
Because it charted on iTunes.
Period.
I think I think it was like 50 in the top 100, which is, for my first release as an independent artist, that's crazy. So, I was definitely grateful for that. And then the remix came about. They kind of surprised me because we knew we needed, the initial song was like, it was like 2 minutes, I think. And so everybody was like, where's the rest of the song?
Yeah,
but that was strategic. So we were just waiting for the, right time to do the remix. And then they were like, well, we got Dream Doll. I'm like, okay. I love Dream Doll. So
had you guys met, or was it kind of just sent over my verse type of thing? Have you formed a relationship since the song?
We've spoken, just over the phone, but yeah, we haven't physically met. And yeah, there's plans to do, a video, but COVID did all of that.
Oh,
so
no, right?
I don't know, but stay tuned, maybe.
Stay tuned, maybe, right?
Yes.
So, transitioning into your second single, My Way, it's out right now. Make sure y'all go get that.
Yes.
Talk about that experience. You got your feet wet with your first single. Now it's like, okay, pressure. The first one charted. So how was this? How was this process for you?
So this one, like I said, I had it in my vault, so I had it, and so I was used to hearing it and everything, but putting it out, it was supposed to come out in like October, and then November, and then like it just kept. We were like, okay, and so when it finally we put it out in February, it just really it did more than I expected. It's in rotation on both Hot 107.5 and 97.9, so that's a blessing. And it's going up. The streams are going, so, and it'll be in Atlanta in rotation on 107.9 soon. So yeah, I'm
remember
excited.
you posting your first time hearing yourself on the radio.
Yes.
And I was almost crying too, girl. I was watching my phone crying.
I did not expect to cry. I was like, okay. It's crazy. Earlier that day, I told my mom, I'm like, I just said this lately. I was like, God, because I knew it was coming on the radio, and I knew I had to, make some content. But I was like, God, make me cry. And I just said that, just in the back of my mind, and literally that's what happened. But it was. That's
crazy.
Such
an incredible moment. I can only imagine how you were feeling. Like, just for something like that to just come full circle. That's an incredible feeling.
Awesome.
We're proud of you, girl.
Thank you.
And speaking, Aaria and I went to middle school together.
Yes.
Did y'all know that? And we have not seen each other
since
those leafy hallways. So look at us now, guys. You know what I'm saying? It's some legends walking up those Levy halls.
Literally. Levy created some legends.
Hello. Speaking of which, so when I first met you.
Oh, yes.
Well, I mean, you're all of maybe, 11, 12, but.
Right. Wait, because I know we were at least 1 year apart.
Yeah, I was. Okay, so I only went there my 8th grade year.
Okay.
So
and
you had
I have to
to
be either
six
or
or
seven.
seven.
Those are the only other.
Yeah.
So,
But when I first met you, you were such a sweet, soft-spoken girl. Hi, I'm Aaria. Hi.
oh my
How
God.
did you emerge into such an incredible artist? Like, did you already always have this inside of you, or was it something that you had to tap into? Like,
There are different sides to people.
of course.
And I'm still soft spoken,
Yeah.
and sweet. But, when it's time to, be that character, and be, whether like when you see My Way or, in Thug Love, those different, I just, put on different hats.
Turn them on.
Just
turn them
it's
on.
acting, but yeah.
Right. I heard that. But you're doing it though.
Thank
You're doing it very well.
Thank
So,
you.
are there any artists or songwriters, producers that you would just love to have the opportunity to work with? I know you've so far worked with incredible artists and
Yes.
people so far. So, is there anyone in mind?
I want to work with Pharrell, Timbaland, Chris Brown, Drake.
Name them.
I
Come
like
on.
her.
Yes.
The Baby, Gucci Mane, and I would say Hitmaker. He's a dope producer.
Absolutely. Yeah. Put that out in the universe, and I know y'all gonna watch it.
Yes.
So quality.
Okay.
So what can we expect new from you? I know you dropped your singles. What you got? What you got for the girls?
So I can say that expect something in the next few months. Another hot summer single, and then an EP, because I want to have a body of work. That's cohesive and makes sense. And I don't like to just rush and put stuff out.
Of course
so.
Not.
But yeah, you can expect definitely one more single and then an EP.
Okay.
And probably a few more visuals.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
So, if I can ask about the EP, if I could,
I don't know.
just give away. Can we give the girls a concept, a theme, a?
You know what? Okay, so you know how I said there's different sides, to everybody. I was thinking about like pieces of me, because there's different parts to me. There's I'm a Scorpio, there's a lot to me. So I don't necessarily, you won't see until you like really get to know me.
Until you really get to know somebody.
Yeah.
And that's how you communicate yourself through your music?
Yes.
Mostly? Yeah. That's so good.
So that's all I can say right now.
Okay. You heard it here first though.
Yes. Or even a self-titled EP.
Okay.
Because it's kind of, still the same thing, getting to know who I am
Getting to know who you are as a new artist.
Yeah.
How do you think you're being received as a new artist from your fans,
really well.
Really well.
Yes.
Really well.
There's only one me, so yeah.
Period. All right then. And one thing I love about you and your voice is your impeccable tone. Like,
thank you.
You got it. The girls not doing it. Like you doing it. They're not doing
especially
it.
Especially not in Detroit, they not doing it,
Especially, okay, no shade, but they're not doing it. Especially, I'm just talking like raw vocals, because the type of your content on your page, you'll do a run challenge in a minute and be like, okay, who next?
I'll see him and I'll just be like, okay, let me just do this real quick.
And kill him. And then what else, who else go?
Drop the mic.
Drop the mic. and that's why we love you so much and we support you and we want to see you do well and represent Detroit and everything that you do.
Yes.
You're an incredible singer and performer. And I've seen you've been working with Devon.
Oh, yeah. I came from there today. Yep.
Really?
Yes, I'm working on a little something.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, gotta stay performance ready.
I heard that.
Yes.
Any performances coming up? I know there's COVID restrictions.
I know. Yes. So, there's summer jams. There's a bunch of stuff coming up. So, that's all I can say. But yeah.
Well, we'll definitely look forward to it.
Yes.
And again, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I appreciate your time. Yes. And that was another episode of Sitting Courtside. I thank you all so much for joining us today. If you like this episode, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes.
Make sure you connect with me on social media at Courtney Alexa PR. Follow my show page at Sitting Courtside. And
follow me at Aaria Sings. That's Aaria Sings.
Thank you so much, guys.
You guys can follow me on all social media platforms at Aaria Sings. That's Aaria Sings. And go stream my new single, My Way, featuring YFN Lucci, on all platforms.